boss? This week's income from the sponsors has cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
It's always lovely to hear that, isn't it? Making money against running costs. Anyway, welcome guys, it is me, and here you are on another F1 2020 My Team Career Part 7. Quite a mouthful, wasn't it? But anyway, don't mind me yabbering on as ever. In the background there you can see me trying to figure out what to do with all of that time that I've got in between the two races, and then realising that I can fit absolutely everything in and then change. So then decide to have a quick look, see if anything can be done to the car, make it better. Canada next, but we just need improvements all over the board, quite frankly. It could always be worse. I don't know if you could hear that in the background, but it sounds like one of the local Mazda MX-5s has revved up with his massive exhaust, or a Miata if you're in America, or a Yunus Roadster if you're in Japan, something along those lines. But anyway, enough of that. Here I am, upgrading resource points in the engine. I might have just missed a resource point upgrade, but you guys can let me know in the comment if I've been stupid. Don't mind me just sifting through the rest now, but not quite got enough money. Yeah, Monaco was not fun for this car. Engine power unit combination. So I think we'll be taking some extras, having another sift through the driver market, because I won't lie, there's quite a big gap in between me playing each round, or there was anyway when I recorded this. Noticing that Ralph's contract is more expensive than others, so just getting an idea what the prices are. But I think I should be staying with Ralph. Maybe, maybe not. Let me know in the comments if you want me to sign anyone else in the future. Thank you. It failed. Just make that succeed now, hopefully, after a second go. I feel like a kid in a sweet shop. What do I get? Do I get this? Do I get that? I want this, I want that, I want it all! But I can't have it all. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get to Canada. Montreal. Is it Montreal? Is it like, oh, replace gearbox. I won't get penalised for that, I don't think. So here we are in the cockpit of our lovely car, ready for practice one. Although before we start, what would the chassis be? Would it be SR1, Shanley Racing 1, Shanley Games 1, SG 1? What do you think I should call the car? I've not just thought about that. Never considered that before. Right, anyway. Get those TV cameras out of the way, get those tie blankets off, get me on the floor. Get out of the way in your nice Sauber retro looking outfits. Yes, I still think they look like that. And let me take you for a lap of Canada. Circuit du Montreal, no, Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve, so sorry. Yep, just making sure I actually remember how to steer this car. This is turn 2. You see turn 1 was just before. And here we go into the very tricky turn 3. This turn generally gets me. It confuses me because you can always take a little bit more speed than you think, but then you try to take that speed and it doesn't work. This corner is mostly flat out, and then this is a very, very tricky braking zone. You've got to get it pulled up because you don't want to compromise this corner, as the computer are ridiculously fast out of there onto this straight, as I'm sure you guys will see in the race in a few minutes when we get round to it. Underneath the Rolex bridge, flick right and then left, and then we go along this left hand kink where Robert Kubica had his huge crash in 2008 on the right hand side there, into the hairpin, and we have a rain. You can see a droplet on the right hand side just underneath where it said the lap time. Track acclimatization. I think I might need my armbands for this, to be honest with you. Down the back straight, proper fast. And then the fiddliest chicane in all of motorsport, maybe, or the second fiddliest behind the one at the end of the Spa circuit. But that is one lap of Canada.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. Do you think that grid penalty was justified? Are you hoping things clear up before qualifying? How do you feel about this team's performance this season? Appreciate your time.
Well, you know it's a practice session when I'm in P10. I'm getting a nosebleed that high. Ralph in P20. Right, here we go for qualifying. Looks majestic, doesn't it? Brand new paddock pit complex. If I can get my words out, put my teeth back in. And now here we go for a qualifying lap of Canada. Second attempt to get the steering wheel in there. You might have seen before I made the first right hand corner. Blasting down the start and finish straight over the line, and here comes turn 1 on the left hand side. Get the car stopped, turn 2, do not compromise this corner, because once again the computer was so fast out of here. Underneath the bridge, past where the marshal fell over a few years ago on TV, that was quite funny. Bit deep into 3 and 4. Okay, through 5, hang it out, nearly lose the back end, we do not want that. Yes, we got the car stopped just in time, clip the curb, clip the second curb. Skip forward a little bit because it's just a bit of a straight, and underneath the Rolex bridge again, get the car stopped, clip that curb nicely, take the curb as much as you can, keep the speed going. Grosjean fastest, that's not right. Anyway, going down into the hairpin, braking about 70 metres before, maybe 60 because I went a little bit too deep, not what we want or need. Not the best run out onto this back straight. I always found it mad that this straight had a few kinks in it. Now it's a nice straight piece of straight road. Yeah, anyway, into the braking zone for the last chicane. Whoop, whoop. Make sure you do not hit that wall on the out hand side, and that is one super fast lap of the Canadian F1 circuit.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Hamilton, Bottas and Sebastian Vettel. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix. We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average lap speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour.
Do you think he ever gets tired from how much he talks? Anyway, there's a strategy. P20, grid penalty, Bosch alongside me, 5 lights, and we will be away for the Canadian Grand Prix. Good start, past one Alfa Romeo. Past and Haas as well in the wrong order, into the back of Latifi. That's really going to irk the home crowd. See if we can go around the outside of him. Not quite. And then Giovinazzi's got me back, and then we'll have a drag race up to the next corner, which I lose comprehensively, but I'm going to stick it down the inside. I am going to stick it down the inside, send him to the grass, but not quite to the grass because I don't want to be a dirty driver. Now I've got to watch these two and make sure we do not go into the back of another car, otherwise that'll probably be a penalty. Raikkonen gives us a little bit of room, and look how fast the computer is out of that corner compared to us. That's crazy. Hello, Ralph. Look at you in P19 going strong. Nice one, matey. Anyway, I believe that's turns 7 and 8 or maybe 8 and 9, either or. And I'm struggling compared to the A already. Look at Ralph, he's proper going to go, and he goes, Jesus Christ, look at him go. Alright, anyway, who's that? You're joking me, no. I cannot believe this, the first lap and we've been spun round. Spun round, what happened here? So there's Ralph, sends it up the inside, I follow suit, and then Giovinazzi decides that he wants to make my car a 5-wheeler and spin me round. Thanks. Fortunately though, got no damage. Checking the engine wear, because I probably shouldn't have been revving the engine after a span, but hey ho. That is the end of a very eventful first lap of the Canadian Grand Prix, and we just speed things through a little bit now. Bit deep into turn 1 and turn 2 there, weren't we? Let's see if we can make it better this time. Skipping a couple more laps. Nope, even worse. That's great. Just what you guys want to see, isn't it? But we are catching them up slowly, slowly, slowly. Look how much closer we are now. Now the leaders are pitting, because there is Perez. Skipping forward though, because I'm not going to be able to overtake Perez that much. Although, stick it around the outside. And the computer, 9 times out of 10, will give you space, probably more than you would expect to get from the computer, but I'm certainly not going to complain. Looks like we're in a bit of a battle pack here. We've got Giovinazzi in front, Hamilton and Verstappen are behind. Somebody pits there. Ralph. Oh. Time penalty. Great. Anyway, just hit the fast forward button. Hamilton decides to give me a clobber. Thank you very much, I'll remember that. And we go through here, single file, because we don't want to have a big crash. And then watch this, because look, the computer's really fast out of here. I've got DRS, but that doesn't really matter, because here he comes, here he comes. Look, there's the arrows, but I can brake later. It wasn't Ralph in the pits, because Ralph's a few cars up here, I swear. Is he? I don't know. I swear it said he was going in the pits, but there he is. Oh, maybe it was a warning for quitting the track. Did I cut the track? I don't know. Anyway, my teammates did some hot bother. I'm trying to catch up and overtake. There he is. Perez has nailed him. I'm going to assume Boschong will be pitting this lap. Yes, he is. And Giovinazzi as well pitted with him. But I'm on the medium. Yellow tyres, you can see there, going a bit longer. Lewis decides he wants to have another go at me. This time, I'm not going to argue. It's just going to slow me down. And my race is compromised enough already. Do want to make the best of it though. My challenge is to at least overtake a Williams and hopefully my teammate. Not too bad in the mid corner there though. Must be the good setup we've got. Some change of direction pace, because I have caught up with the computers there a couple times, if I can get my words out again. So just following Hamilton. There's worse people to follow. Not the best last chicane that I've ever done though. And there goes Max blitzing past us down into turn 1. Let him go, Sean. Let him go, Sean. Thank you. And now Leclerc's decided that he wants to also have a go at me, but this time I'm holding my ground for about 4 corners, maybe. As you see, there's the arrows. There goes that Scarlet Red Ferrari. Do not hit the back of him. Oh, that was close. That was very close to running into the back of him. That would have been quite embarrassing. And definitely mean they would not be supplying us with engines. Oh, hello Pierre Gasly. Now, pit stop time. Going on to the softs. The tyres weren't in too bad condition. The engine was alright as well. We have a yellow flag though, I noticed. That is Ocon. There's a little yellow dot on the left hand side in the corner. But anyway, how's the pit stop? 2.1. That will do me very nicely. Thank you very much, boys. You guys can have an extra beer tonight. Then again, we're in French Canada, so is that some sort of wine, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, just in front of Ralph, gave him extra space. The VSC has been called because we do not want any accidents. Here is Ocon. There's a black plume of smoke there, another one there, another one there. And then the engine goes pop, bang, whiz, and expired. Sounds like a bad batch of Rice Krispies. There's my bad joke for this video. Thank you. Right, virtual safety car is ending. Let's get back to it. P20 of 21. Ralph is behind me. Oh god, we are the worst team on the grid by far, aren't we? This isn't great. However, there is light at the end of the tunnel in the form of Russell and Giovinazzi arguing over position 18 and 19. There goes Russell. I'm overtaking him. That's past one. Giovinazzi, another one. Up the inside. Happy days. 2 cars in about 200 metres. I'll take that level of return. Now, who's our next victim? We've got K-Mag and Kimi Räikkönen. It's a very Scandinavian affair with an injection of Britain. And I will overtake K-Mag, get into the slipstream of Räikkönen and try and make my move solid on Kevin. However, his car is faster in a straight line. I brake later, leave him a little bit of space, compromise the run slightly. However, we should be okay to stay in front of Kevin for this part because we've both got DRS. I have got a 3-second time penalty, I've just realised though, which sucks. Well, not realised, I just forgot I had it because I saw it earlier. Anyway, enough of that. Kimi Räikkönen is in front of us. He's in P16 and he's my next target. We won't be a target if I keep running wider like that. That's not good. Alright, come on Sean, hit your marks. Let's see, catching that first part of the complex and the second part he just gets away even though he's on older and rubbished out tyres. There's Bottas going fastest onto his last lap, but we're not interested in that. We want the dizzying heights of P16. And Kimi Räikkönen is in our way as we go down into the last chicane. Then hopefully we can DRS him straight. No! No need for DRS. We've just overtaken him like that. That will do me. And we can pull away with 2 straights worth of DRS. And we've got those 2 battling behind us. So hopefully we might be able to pull a bit of a gap and keep a couple of these positions. Nicholas Latifi's in front in P15. He doesn't usually do that well. What's going on with him? It must be a home crowd effect thing. But anyway, don't bin it now, Sean. For God's sake, this is your last lap, and you've done a pretty good comeback, I'd like to think. Because let's face it, spun round at turn 1. Middle, well, that's generous actually. Back of the grid car. And we have caught up and overtaken quite a few cars, and now we're in P16. Probably P17 by the end. I did want some DRS off Latifi there, because that would really, really help. He's not giving it me though. Damn him. But as we blast down the last straight for the last time, pretty good. Just do not mess up this chicane. Do not mess it up. Track limits warming. That'll do. So there we are, P16, is it 16 or 17? No, 17. Shit. I suppose I can't be too unhappy about that. Spud round lap 1. Yeah, I'll take that.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
So here we are. We have the finishing order. Not bothered about this first page because that's too high for me. Ricardo's got a time penalty though. That's quite interesting to know. There's Latifi. There's Magnussen who just got ahead of me. And I was ahead of Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Russell. Ocon didn't finish. Did okay then.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. How do you feel these grid penalties are affecting the sport? You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? You're surpassing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you? think this team are performing as well as they could do? Appreciate your time.
Alright then, now she's shut up. Thank you very much for watching the video, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it and at least had a couple laughs. Eventually we'll get rid of that rivalry because it's not going to do us any favours. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like, subscribe to the channel to see more in the future, and tell me what you want me to do in this career mode next. Goodbye.